Here at Chip, our community of Chipsters build amazing integrations with our tool. We want to highlight one today. Matthias Werner built a WhatsApp integration that augments what we have natively built. With his integration, you're able to whitelist phone numbers so that only your customers or your members are able to communicate with the WhatsApp integration. I'll let him show you how he built that with using make.com and Chip and WhatsApp for a powerful WhatsApp integration workflow.
The whole scenario is triggered by a webhook. How to configure the WhatsApp number is shown in a different tutorial, but basically you can configure the webhook. You need to copy the webhook address back to your WhatsApp configurations, and then it will trigger this scenario whenever somebody sends WhatsApp message to the respective phone number. And the next step here in my scenario is a Google Sheet connection. And basically what it's doing is it searches rows from a connected spreadsheet, and this spreadsheet contains all whitelisted phone numbers. So it's basically looking to compare the WhatsApp ID, which is the phone number from the sender, with the range of unknown numbers. And then the second step is a logging step. So it just adds another row, logs the sender ID and the message as well as a timestamp. Pretty straightforward. Next, we have a chat history. Here I used the data store provided by Make, nothing special. And this is basically populated by the step here in the back at the end of the flow. And what it does is it checks if there is a conversation, a thread from the last 24 hours. So if there's anything in this chat history, then it takes into account the context from the conversation. Otherwise, it just starts a new message thread. So you see here, it sets a variable, checks the last interaction, and here in the router, it either goes this way at the top when there was no interaction within the last 24 hours, and it starts just a new conversation. And here at the bottom, basically the very same thing happens, but the difference is just that it picks up the conversation that just happened. To connect the Chip app, you can use the standard HTTP module. You find all the details and an example call in your Chip app. And here in the request content, you can reference the message from the very beginning from step one. So the message the sender sent via WhatsApp. And the Chip API will return the answer from the app. I put this in variable as well as the XChat session ID, which is needed to pick up the conversation at a later point in time again. Then you respond to the contact with the message from the variable. You update the conversation in the data store, so it contains the timestamp from the last interaction. And at the very end, I'm again logging the response in my Google Sheet so I can see the messages to which number they are referring to. Thanks a lot, and I hope this gives you a good guidance to get started.